Here's an overview of what we're going to be resealing today. This patio is about 4 years old. It's never been resealed, which is actually a good thing. What you want to look for areas that are whited out or yellowed. If you start to find that, you cannot use this sealer over top of it. You're probably going to have to strip the sealer if that's the case. But this one, as you can see, most of the color enhancement's gone, and I'm not seeing any build. We're also going to power wash and reseal this brick walkway. You've got to be careful you don't blow the grout out. As long as we don't do that, we'll make this brick walkway look like new, and it'll become self-cleaning. We're going to be using Trinic Stamp Shield on this. It's a low build, high performance sealer that'll give this 4 or 5 years before the next reseal, and it'll bead water. The next thing you want to do is test the concrete with some acetone. This will tell you if it's going to be compatible with our sealer. You want to dump a generous amount of acetone on an inconspicuous spot just in case. Let it flash off. Now, if there's big problems are going to happen, you'd see them right away. If the sealer was totally incompatible, you'd see a curdling take place, almost like curdled milk or yogurt. Do not use the sealer if you see that. The old sealer would have to be stripped totally. And if you see a bunch of solvent bubbles, big bubbles forming, that's another bad sign. That means there's too much sealer on. The acetone flashes off quick, so that'll tell you whether or not there's huge amounts of sealer or not. This looks okay, meaning our sealer is going to be compatible and we shouldn't have any huge failure when we use it. It's okay to have, it should color enhance, and it's okay to have a little bit of stickiness. Here I'm not even feeling any stickiness. That's telling me that most of the old sealer has UV degraded away. Once we power wash it, we'll be down to almost bare concrete. So this one's a prime candidate for a reseal. Just be careful before you reseal to do this test, or you could start spraying and find yourself in trouble. Here's the equipment we'll be using. It's a 2600 PSI machine. You don't really need much more of that. It's not going to remove old sealer. It would take star blasting to do that, but it will take off any loose dirt and get down in the pores, along with one of these spinning type nozzles. They're great because they don't throw the mulch everywhere, they don't throw water everywhere, and they do a good job. One more thing you want to check is the surface temperature of the concrete you're sealing. Now this is at the very upper range of what we recommend. We've tested this sealer up to 120, but we don't recommend you seal at 120. You can see the dark portion is about 110. The light portion is about 90. That's a lesson for all of you on how much difference there is. That's 10 degrees different just in a shade of gray. 90 is okay. By the time we clean this, get water on it, and dry it, I would say the whole thing will be in the 90s. You just have to be careful. We've never seen this sealer blister, but what can happen if it gets excessively hot is the sealer may crystallize as soon as it hits the surface. You don't want that to happen. So if you keep it below 100, you're going to be safe. Here's another clue that most of the old sealer's worn off. You can see where the water is hitting the slab, it's color enhancing. That means there's little or no sealer left, which is a good thing. You don't want a lot of sealer. We've done our acetone test, so we know that we're safe to seal over top of this with our sealer. Another interesting thing is just that water hitting it has got the temperature down 5 degrees. Here's the concrete after we blasted it. What happens is a lot of the low quality sealers degrade in the UV. They turn chalky and you can actually remove a lot of them. It's gotten considerably lighter because of that. As long as it's not thick or yellowed, we're okay, and we already tested it with acetone, so we know we can seal over it. This is the sealer we recommend for this product. This one's made by SP Systems, and it's made for acetone and alcohol. Acetone is one of the carriers in the sealer. If you bought a regular garden sprayer, it would eat the hoses up before you were done this project. It also has a pop-off valve. You're going to pump it till the pop-off valve blows. You can also use an air compressor to add pressure to it. Alright. You're going to want to pump it till the pop-off valve blows. Now this sprayer has a cone nozzle. Cone nozzle will spread out, atomize it in a fine spray. You don't need a heavy coat of this.
You want me to hold that?
I'm not good. Just follow me if you can. You don't want deep puddles to form. You don't need them. That's about it. What I would do is do a small test area such as that. And if you wait in under a minute, that'll flash off and you can touch it. This will tell you whether or not you're going to get any blistering, if you're going to have any problems. Still a little sticky. You always do this on a reseal. Never assume it's going to work. There, it's flashed off. Just about flashed off. That's it. Gives you an idea for material usage too. Okay, now that we know it's going to work, we will. I'm going to save that rear porch for last. We'll work our way along.
Yep.
Now, when you're spraying, I'm wetting out the surface, but I'm not allowing it to get big puddles. That's it. I'm done with that spot. You don't need to puddle it. If you puddle it, you're wasting material. It's going to color enhance. You can see by the drips how it color enhances almost instantly. That's it. If you need a second coat, it's better to do a second coat than allow the first coat to puddle. Now we're looking pretty good. We're going to roll our way down through there. We've got our sprayer fully pumped. Your cue is going to be the color enhancement. You can see the color enhancement happening as I'm spraying it. Thin coat, keep moving, keep covering the area. Uniform coverage is what you're looking for. You can see it color enhance as we're doing it. Now if you apply this sealer right, it will not white out, it will not yellow. By applying it right, I mean not over applying it. The key to this sealer working is the thin build. We showed you earlier our slab is about 100 degrees. As long as you apply it properly, there's little or no chance of this blistering. Since this is a reseal, I would think we would get at least 200 square feet a gallon, if not more. This I can tell already it's going to take 2 coats, but that's okay. 2 thin coats, you're done. I'm going to complete this whole block. There's going to be an adjustment if you're used to a thick build, heavy coated sealer. You're going to have to adjust to a thick build. The advantage is you're not going to have any callbacks. Okay.
Where that flashes off, that's good.
Yeah, it's rain ready in under an hour. Probably 5 minutes today. It could rain and it wouldn't hurt it. It won't blister. Excellent adhesion. We haven't been able to make it peel or yellow.
So you recommend a cone tip over a fan tip?
Oh yeah, fan tip would be way too heavy. It's been probably 10 minutes. We just finished sealing the whole thing with the first coat. That's it. A sunny day like today, it's flashed off enough. You can walk right back on it, put a second coat on. The material is probably going to go almost twice as far on the second coat. All I'm doing is wetting it out. That's it. In fact, it can be hard to tell where you've been. You've got to pick a square. I like to do the whole square, swing it back and forth. You're watching for places you missed on the first one, and then you're just wetting the surface out. That's it. You don't want to puddle, you don't want to flood. You can see the color is really getting rich now. Move along a little quicker on this coat. You'll see spots that don't look like they're quite as color enhanced. Hit them a little more. But the pores are shut now, so you can move right on down the line. Like I said, you're watching for spots, especially here. It's easy to see the highlights. I'm looking for highlights that aren't quite as dark. Now you can really see the color pop. Now the homeowner has asked us to clean and seal these brick for him. You're going to use more material sealing brick. You just don't want to put it on past the point of puddling. It's okay if it absorbs it and it doesn't color enhance uniformly. Go back with another coat rather than puddle. I can see it absorbing it, which is a very good thing. These bricks will be totally waterproof now. And they'll be self-cleaning. Like I said, I'm going to put one coat on, wait, even though it sucks them in, come back with another.
See, now I like that. You don't have that shine that makes them look fake.
Right. Now that was, this is on the verge of being too hot to seal. It's almost too hot to keep my hand on. So that coat flashed off quick. I'm going to go with one more light coat and that's it. I'm going to get the hell away from that. coat, you can see it doesn't suck in immediately. Once again, no puddling. Here's the completed project. As you can see, it's quite a difference from when we started. It re-highlighted everything. It has what I would call a pleasant sheen. It's never going to have the thick plastic look. The thick plastic look equates to failure, and we don't want that. Now this is the day after we've sealed. We're supposed to get 2 to 3 inches of rain today. So you can see it's beating and shedding water nicely. Here's the brick. We've turned these bricks self-cleaning now. As dirt hits it, the dirt molecules will be swept up in the water and washed off.